Peace family. Okay, so I want somebody to get this to the person that's struggling in relationships and not getting the lessons. One of the things that I had to see in my own life was that I needed to get the lessons that life was trying to teach me, right? And a lot of you guys hear me say this, that we get exactly what we are. Okay, you're not finna get something different because you say that you want something different, or you're not gonna get something different because you done been with 100 people and you say, oh, well, now I want different, right? How you gonna get different is by you becoming different, by you paying attention to the red flags, by you getting the lessons that your previous relationship was showing you. Okay, so highly recommend this book. Okay, I always tell you guys the books that I am reading, because if this will help you change your perception, honey, I am all for it. Okay, so the part I'm reading, it talks about attracting the person, your ideal person, right? It actually talks about marital problems, right? And how you could attract your husband or how you could attract a wife, right? And what it says is, it was no need for the third mistake. Okay. So recently a teacher said to the author, okay, Joseph Murphy, I have had 3 husbands and all 3 have been passive, submissive, and dependent on me to make all decisions and govern everything. Why do I attract such type men? Joseph Murphy had replied back to the lady. I asked her whether she had known that her second husband was the effeminate type. And she replied, of course not. So I had to look up the definition of what the hell effeminate meant. Okay. So effeminate means basically you have like woman qualities. You're a man, but you have you have woman qualities. Right. And it also says something about inappropriate men having inappropriate like woman qualities or something like this, like here. Okay, the young lady said that the guys that she would attract, they would be passive, submissive, independent on her. If you a man, right, men are hunters. Okay, you're not gonna depend on no female. All right, that's because you a man. Okay, and so what happened was, he said, Joseph Murphy said, apparently she had not learned anything from the first mistake. The trouble was with her own personality makeup. She was very, ooh, wait, honey, didn't I just do a video on this the other day about why why my previous relationships, honey, when you get these downloads, I tell you, they so powerful. Okay, you got to pay attention to your life. I just did a video the other day stating why I didn't attract in my previous relationships the type of guys that was masculine. Listen to what Joseph Murphy says. He says, the trouble, let me go back. I asked her, all right, we're going to start from the beginning because I just see some of you guys just popped on here. This chapter, again, this book, The Power of the Subconscious Mind, you want different, you got to do different, okay? The chapter I'm reading, it talks about you attracting the type of person you want to attract, okay? Now, what it says is, it was a young lady, it was a teacher who asked the author, Joseph Murphy, okay? Recently, a teacher said, now, the title is No Need for the Third Mistake. Recently, a teacher said to me, I have had 3 husbands, and all 3 have been passive, submissive, and dependent on me to make all decisions and govern everything. Why do I attract such type men? That's what this teacher asked Joseph Murphy. Okay. All right. Joseph Murphy responded back to her. He said, I asked her whether she had known that her second husband was the effeminate type. Honey, I had to look up what the hell effeminate meant. Okay. All right. So effeminate, like I just said previously, what it means is that you are attracting guys that, let's say, mama boys. that you feel like you could make them into what you want them to be. And because you feel like you could fix them and control them, you feel like you could fix them and control them, and you want them to be what you want them to be because you're impatient, right? Now you feel like you could fix them, and now the person become dependent upon you. Why? Because you done settled. You done felt like, well, I gotta fix them. So of course they're gonna become dependent upon you, like children. Okay? And this is what it says. Apparently, she had not learned anything from the first mistake. The trouble was with her own personality makeup. She was very masculine. And I just said that. I said, you can't attract something if you being masculine, right? If it's, say for instance, you like, well, I want to attract masculine men, right? Now I know I say I don't believe in opposites attract, which I don't. Okay. But when I talk about you are a female, this is something that, honey, I had to start reprogramming, and I had to unlearn to relearn, okay? Because some things I start paying attention to. Why I'm attracting these type of guys, okay? It was because I done settled. And I wanted them to be what I felt like they ought to be, because I settled, because I was impatient. I felt like, well, you attract exactly what you are. Right. And it says domineering and unconsciously wanted someone who would be submissive subconsciously. This is what she wanted. She wanted someone who would be submissive and passive so that she could play the dominant role. Honey, you ain't getting what I'm saying. I wanted to play the dominant role. Okay. I done seen what my mother, no, this is what you do. You treat them like this. Okay. Why? It all goes back to childhood. You don't believe me? Why you think you attract some of the guys you attract? It goes back to childhood. It goes back to childhood. I remember when I was in psychology, when I was in college, and I remember my professor said, it's either nurture or neuter. I believe it is. And so, is it nurture or neuter? Yeah, I believe nurture or neuter. So what he basically was saying is either you adapt to your environment or you become something different than your environment. I was getting downloads even back then. And so maybe your daddy was very, very controlling. Hello, somebody, y'all ain't getting what I'm saying. Y'all ain't hardly getting what I'm saying. I started not to do this video, okay? Because I done heard so many people, people be telling me, girl, you do so many videos. Don't do all them videos. Honey, you can't listen to what people say. You got to listen to what that voice, that intuition tell you to do. Okay? Okay? I started not to come on here, but I said, nope, somebody probably need this like I need it. Okay? And so, your daddy may have been very controlling, or your mama. You done seen your mama control men. And so now you like, subconsciously. Because I don't want nobody to be like, no, that ain't true, honey. Your results is showing you exactly what's going on. You can say it ain't true. But one thing I know is the universe, life is going to reflect back to you exactly what you are. So you can say it's not true. You can put your little comments in the section. Okay. Actually, I got my comments swiped. Okay. But you can say it's not true. That's okay. Because I once too was saying when I had a homeboy who said, Dina, if you don't, basically what he was saying, if you don't start loving yourself, girl, you're going to keep on getting this. And I said to him, here I am going to him, asking him for advice about the type of dudes that I was attracting. And he gave me he would give me the game. And I would follow the game somewhat. Because I used to feel like, no, my way is right. Although the results I was getting was showing that I didn't have confidence in myself. I was insecure. And here I am, I'm saying, no, He said to me one day, he said, Dina, if you don't change how you are, you're going to get in your 30s. You're never going to know what love is. I was in my 20s when he said that. It's funny because I'm 38 and now, I'm doing all this. I'm doing all this work on me. but I didn't believe him when he said it. It was a part of me that kind of believed him, but see, the belief system had said to him, right? Oftentimes you ain't even talking to people, you talking to their damn belief systems. You got to be able to distinguish the difference. It was the belief system I was saying to him, I was like, no, that ain't true. I told him, I said, that ain't hardly true. But here I am asking him for advice. Let me get back to it. All right. So it says, all this was unconscious motivation and her subconscious picture attracted to her what she subjectively wanted. She had to learn to break the pattern by adopting the right prayer process. How she was broke, the negative pattern. Now this is another lady. The above mentioned woman learned a simple truth. When you believe you can have the type of man you idolize, it is done unto you as you believe. The following is specific prayer she used to break the old subconscious pattern and to attract her ideal mate. I'm building into my mentality the type of man I deeply desire. The man I attract, a husband, is strong, powerful, loving, very masculine. Didn't I say that the other day? Successful, honest, loyal, and faithful. He finds love and happiness with me. I love to follow where he leads. So many aha moments that I'm having right now, honey. I can't even put it into words. Okay? I know he wants me. Why? Because you want yourself. I want him. I'm honest, sincere, loving, and kind. I have wonderful gifts to offer him. Honey, you getting into relationships, you like, I don't have nothing to offer. You know, I'm going to put him on a pedestal, or I'm going to put her on a pedestal, and you wonder why you keep on attracting those type of people. Okay? You putting them on a pedestal. So therefore they are making you a groupie. They making you a groupie. You drop everything for them. And when you drop everything for them, guess what? Honey, you drop everything. Why pay for the cow when the milk is free? Meaning, if the person is always available, you're going to start taking things for granted. This person don't know how to make themselves happy. They don't know how to do none of that. They just like, well, this is, I got to get love and happiness from somebody else because, my oldest daughter caught me. My oldest daughter is 17 years old. Oftentimes I tell my children, listen, you got to change that programming I gave you because the shit is wrong. Okay. Now, if I knew better, I would have done better. I didn't give them a program intentionally to have their life look in a certain type of way. I gave them the programming because I thought the programming was right. But as soon as I started working on myself, I told my oldest son, I said, listen, you got to change that programming because it's wrong. And I know it's wrong because I'm the one that gave it to you. Okay? I'm the one that gave it to you. So you got to change it. So my oldest daughter, 17 years old. Okay. Honey, she be out like swimwear. Okay. She always out. Okay. Hanging with these friends, whatever. Always out. And she called me today. I was about to get in the shower and she says, what you doing? And I said, I'm about to get in the shower. And she was like, so she was on the phone for a minute, like not saying nothing. And I said, so what's up? So she said, I'm bored. I said, you got to know how to make yourself happy. You gotta learn how to make yourself happy. How I make myself happy? I choose it. I listen to stuff. I listen to music. Honey, oftentimes I'm doing the 2-step or in here by my damn self. Okay. I'm doing the 2-step. I'm reading. I'm getting to know thyself. Okay. I'm becoming knowledgeable. The highest knowledge that you can ever have is yourself. You getting caught up in the books and what the school said. Learn, why Christopher Columbus discovered America, like all these different lies and all this other stuff. But you getting caught up in that. If you get caught up in so much book smart, you not gonna know who you are if you don't start. Now, I ain't saying there's nothing wrong with books, honey, because evidently I'm reading a book. Okay? But you got to get to know thyself. You got to start understanding why you do some of the things that you do. Because if you don't, you're going to get into the next relationship expecting the same exact shit. And you're going to be blaming your exes. Well, they the reason why, I'm going through this. No, they not. They not the reason why you going through it. You the reason why you going through it. And until you discover why you do some of the things you do, you're going to keep on getting the things that you get. You got to start understanding His greatness upon you. Okay? Honey, I was promiscuous. A video right on YouTube right now that I put up. Okay? How I discovered love. How I discovered love by finding my purpose. Okay? I was promiscuous. Looking for love. Just looking for love. Where's love? Honey, like love had an address. Okay? Honey, I was like, where love at? I had to start understanding love is not outside you. Love is within me. Okay? I just needed to get rid of some of those belief systems that I had to be so masculine, that I had to, pretty much make a guy into what I wanted him to be. Somebody once asked me, once upon a time, said, do you feel as though you could teach somebody how to love you? And at first I told them, I said no. But then later on I said, well, maybe. But the answer to that question is hell no. You don't teach nobody how to love you. Because if you're teaching somebody how to love you, that means that you're taking the time out from yourself to show them how to love you. If you attract it. Let me say that again. If you attract it. You don't need to teach somebody how to love you. Because if you're teaching somebody how to love you, it's almost like a baby, right? It's like a baby. This person is supposed to be grown. And you got to teach them how to love you. That means that you don't really believe in yourself as much. Because why you got to teach them? You're supposed to attract them by you being what you say you are. You're supposed to attract them. If you got time to teach, honey, I don't know. Okay? To teach somebody how to love you. And the person said, I believe you can teach somebody how to love you. Well, that's a yes and no, because maybe you could teach them how to love you when you walk away, when you leave that relationship. But staying in a relationship because you're like, well, I got to teach him how to love me because his upbringing was tough. What about yours? You justifying, making excuses because you really don't want to be by yourself. And now you justifying, oh, well, I got to teach them how to love me. No, you don't. You love. You ain't got to teach them. You just got to get rid of those 40 belief systems that you passionate about so much and you holding to you so dearly and faithfully that you don't even, you so attached to your belief system and so afraid to change that you prefer to keep on getting the same exact thing. And that's deep. With that being said, I love you guys and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.